Obviously, can you talk about the positive momentum that your team gained by going on the road and getting a sweep over a good conference opponent?
Well, I tell you what, we had a tough week last week and a half playing Texas women's, Abilene Christian 2 games, and then going to Tarleton. A tough stretch, and for us to be able to come out of that thing 7-1 really says a lot. Plus the emotional week that we were having with the loss of George McCorkle and the funeral, and just I'm so proud of my team and the way they responded and the way they controlled themselves and played the game the way it's supposed to be played, and just showed a lot of heart and fight to be down 3 times at Tarleton, 2 of those being late innings, down in the 6th, 7th inning, and to be able to come back and tie it up, take it into extra innings and win it. You know, it just says a lot about the character on this team, the leadership on this team, and our team depth showed up again. You know, and it made for a really exciting weekend.
You know, with the sweep and playing so well, going 7-1, you now have a 5-game lead. But I know your players aren't looking at it like that. Just talk about how you want to keep the foot on the pedal.
Well, we actually only have a 3.5-game lead over Texas Women's, who is now in 2nd place. However, I'm pretty sure that I'm confident in saying all we have to do is win 1 out of 4 games this weekend to be Lone Star Conference champions. And 1 out of 4 and being the Lone Star champions would be nice, but at the same time, you know that we're not trying to win 1 out of 4 games this weekend. Our players want to win every game they play. You know, we have Abilene Christian at home this week, or tomorrow night on Tuesday for the single game, and then at home this weekend. So great to be at home all week, not have to travel. You know, and we're excited about the possibility of hosting a regional tournament, you know, and that's still there for us, and that's still something that we're shooting for and still playing for, is the opportunity maybe to host a regional tournament. And, you know, Kingsville is a team that is up and down. You know, they're at the bottom of this conference right now, but we know they're capable. But it's a team that hopefully we can come in here and if we can play the way we should be able to get 3 out of them. But, you know, we still got to play. They're still a Lone Star Conference opponent, and we still got to play. A good example of that was this past weekend when Eastern New Mexico beat Abilene Christian in the final game. So we know that everybody's capable, and we got to make sure that we're prepared.
You mentioned the Lone Star Conference. Anybody's capable of winning. How much will that play in the regional rankings? I know last week 5 of the 10 teams are from this league. Does that just show?
I tell you, it's interesting. Looking at the standings today, we're sitting at 38-8, and we've been able to survive to this point, you know, battling through this difficult conference. Everybody else has double-digit losses. I think Texas Women's has 12, but then you take our 3rd place team, I think, has 15 losses on the year. 4th place team has 17 to 19 losses. I mean, everybody beats everybody up in this conference, and for us to be sitting at 38-8 right now, and with only 4 losses in the conference is an accomplishment to what our girls have done. However, regional ranking-wise, it's going to be interesting to see. Whoever's on that committee needs to take into consideration the strength of schedule that we play when we play each other. And, you know, the other conferences are not as strong as us. They have 2 or 3, you know, good teams, and really, you know, there's some teams where you can rack up some wins in those other conferences, and there's Emporia State and Missouri Western are prime examples. They've beat up on the rest of the teams in MIAA, and they've got an impressive record. Arkansas, Monticello, and Southeastern Oklahoma have beat up on the Great American Conference, and they've got very impressive records. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all pans out.
Back to this past weekend, Carly Peters, can't really say enough about her on a doubleheader. She had a 3-run home run and a 2-run home run. Talk about the production from up and down the lineup, not just necessarily your big 3, if you will.
Well, actually, the bottom of our lineup probably had a better weekend than our big hitters. Casey Easley did not have a good weekend at all, and really left some runners out there in scoring position and put us in a bind. And then Elsa Poe had some big hits, but not her typical weekend. And then Shauna Tafiti was out most of the weekend with a hip injury. We decided to rest her. So Morgan Spearman had a good weekend at the top of the lineup, and then really Carly Peters was huge. Chelsea Walters had some big at-bats, and Amanda Wilhelm had some big hits. And then Taylor Jensen getting the opportunity to play, you know, had some clutch hits at the game-winning hit in Game 3. That's exciting. You know, Carly had a great weekend at Eastern New Mexico, was a conference player of the week, and then really hit a little spell where she was struggling, and we had to take her out of the lineup. but we did some inter-squad stuff, live stuff with Kat Massey and Elsa throwing a little bit the other day in practice, and she looked comfortable again. She looked more confident. And, you know, with the ballpark at Tarleton, with the wind blowing out, made the decision to go ahead and give her an opportunity again. Hopefully she could get some balls up and get it out there. And she crushed 2 of them, and they weren't wind blown. I mean, she got them all, and you knew when she hit it that it was probably going to go. And if we can get her to stay at that level and keep giving us great at-bats in that 7-hole, 6-7 hole behind our big hitters, that's big, because I think she has 9 home runs now, hitting over 300, and that's just another added bonus to our lineup.
I heard your radio interview Friday night after the doubleheader talking about you probably wouldn't play Shauna on Saturday, and you weren't sure if you play her this week. Just rest her for the conference. Do you know yet?
That, since our Friday night conversation, that has changed. After going and sweeping Tarleton and having the lead that we're not going to play her tomorrow night either. Probably going to give her rest all this week and see how that responds. We'd like to be able to play her, or she will play at least on Saturday. It's senior day, and we're not going to keep her out of that. Even if it's a DP role, we'll let her get some at-bats. But we'd like for her to be a little stronger come the end of the week and maybe be able to play all 3. We've decided that we're not going to play her tomorrow, maybe in a pinch hit role. And we need her strong come postseason time. And if we have to set her out in the conference tournament, we will. Because come regional tournament time, we need to be 100%. And she's a huge part of our lineup. A great defensive player that she doesn't get enough credit for, an outstanding second baseman. So we're in the position where we can do what we need to do to get her strong and get her healthy.
I guess with it being senior week in the last home series, talk about the group of seniors and what they really meant for the last 4 years.
Well, you know, Jasmine Moore is our only 4-year senior, and Jasmine, I love that child to death. She's been here for 3.5 years without a scholarship $1. And we had a little bit of money left over, and we put her on scholarship this spring, and that was something that I was very proud to be able to do because she has earned it. You know, a player who comes out and works every day for us, works hard in the weight room. You know, I think she's one of Kelsey Hyde's favorites in the weight room because even though she's small, she's impressive to watch in that weight room with that squat rack. But, you know, just an outstanding person, outstanding family, and to be able to do what she's done is a little bit uncommon. To be a 4-year senior that is basically what, you know, you consider a walk-on for 4 years and never has asked for a penny, never has complained, and those are the kind of people that I think make everybody else better around her. And then Claire Molina, you know, she's just been strong in the circle and a good student and great kid to be around. Elsa Poe and Shauna Tafiti. Shauna struggled a little bit last year physically and mentally, and this year she's just a totally different person. Just love being around her every day and having a great year on the field. Her academics are up. I mean, everything is just a positive win-win deal for her. And then Elsa Poe, I just love that child. She has the best personality, one of the sweetest people you'll ever be around, and we just wish nothing but good things out of those 4 seniors in the future. And then Chelsea Walters, you know, she's going to be included in senior day as well, even though she's athletically a junior. Academically, she's graduating in May and going to move on to chiropractic school. So we're going to include her, mention her, and give her her gift as well. And she's just been a starter since day one. You know, at shortstop position, being a great defensive player and had some big hits over her career, and we're going to miss her as well.